The 730 Project, day 231. My voice sounds lower than I expected it to. I guess it's because I haven't talked in the last couple of hours, so I haven't really heard myself. Anyway, I started reading the 12-week year today. Now, this is a book it's a book on productivity. I read a lot of those, or I have over the years. And this one came out 7 or 8 years ago now. So it's not new. There are, there's been a lot of products, a lot of journals from different companies that are based on the 12-week year. And one of them that I'm interested in trying is they actually have a yearly subscription to these journals. They will send you a new one every 3 months. But you have to pay for a year at a time. So, yeah. Um, anyway, it's something I want to try though. I have I read some of the reviews about the 12-week year, and some of the reviews are pretty harsh. But so far, I'm actually most of the way through the book. So I think there are some things that are good. One thing that really struck me, I think in general, I like the ideas presented in this book. One thing that really struck me, though, is that one of the authors, there's two authors, in the book, they say that in order for this to work, you have to use the entire system. And I've been very interested in productivity for, I don't know, last 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. And no, it's probably been over 10 years. Um, and the interesting thing is, now maybe at the time when this book was written, that would have been true, but now there are so many interpretations, and it's really I think it's really about using what works for you. And in the beginning, I can see the value in using the entire system as it's presented, because you don't know what's going to work for you and what isn't. But I think it's arrogance, really. I've said this about different healthcare professions as well, because everybody's focus is what they think everybody else needs. Chiropractors thinks that everybody needs chiropractic. Reiki practitioners thinks everybody needs Reiki. Um, that's the way it is, because our biases are what stand out in our mind. And it was interesting. When I was speaking to a martial arts master one time, he said it was a different style than styles that I've practiced, that I've studied. And he said, well, we can learn from each other. Because he had his own school, and I was representing representing the school that my instructor ran. And I was kind of doing some PR work, just building a relationship there. And he said, look, you think your style is the best. I think my style is the best. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend all this time learning it and practicing it. But it doesn't mean we can't learn from each other. Ah, good bit of wisdom there. So I think already listening to the system put forth in the 12-week year, because I know how my mind works at this point, and I'm not saying that I'm just picking and choosing, although maybe I am picking and choosing, but I can already tell some parts of the system are not going to be as valuable to me with the way my brain works. And so I think it's good. A lot of us are we're so dependent on what others tell us to do instead of thinking about what actually works for us. And I've seen that, people in my life, they say, well, this expert told me this is what I need to do. But is that what's best for you? Those are decisions that each individual has to make, I think. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that this is motivation for me to get myself back on track with some of the things I've been putting off. So, with all that said, this has been day 231. I will be back on hopefully a more productive day 232.